Each day leading up to Christmas, I talk about a particular Christmas carol, explaining some of the history and background behind the carol, and then finally I sing a verse of it. Some will be familiar, and some probably not, but they all point us toward the true reason for the season, our Savior, Jesus Christ. Today I'd like to talk about Deck the Hall. And yes, the original is not plural. Deck the Halls, plural, came around a little bit later. We're going to talk about that. The song that we know as Deck the Halls today is a combination of two things. It was first a traditional Welsh Christmas carol that lends it the melody that dates back to about the 16th century, and the lyrics were added later in about the 19th century, so it's a long time coming. The original Welsh tune was called Nos Galan, which means New Year's Eve. The melody was originally used to accompany a traditional Welsh New Year's Eve celebration with singing and dancing, that sort of thing. But the English lyrics to Deck the Halls were first published in 1862 by Thomas Oliphant, who adapted them from the Welsh version of the song. He is well known for putting new words from old tunes and translating those carols or songs into English. So it appears that is what has happened with Deck the Halls. The song's popularity has grown throughout the years so that it's a pretty ubiquitous Christmas tune. It's got an upbeat melody, simple lyrics, makes it easy to sing in a group. Now, it's gone through quite a few changes over the years. There is a line in the first verse about drinking that was later revised to talk about apparel rather than barrel. So it used to be, fill the mead cup, drain the barrel, and that's since been changed to, don we now our gay apparel. So barrel, apparel, they rhyme, so that works. That's a good swap out. And the original words, as I mentioned in the beginning, were deck the hall. And we're talking about like the great hall of a castle. So you imagine that there's this great big dining room sort of hall where they would have feasts. And so they're saying deck the hall for the feast and put up boughs of holly around so that you're ready and in a festive mood for the feast. But many of the modern versions use deck the halls because we don't usually eat in a big castle hall anymore. Also, the original used to say, troll the ancient Yuletide carol. Yuletide, a much older name for the celebrations which we have today. So sometimes we'll say, troll the ancient Christmas carol. But like I said, there's just many different versions out there because it's a very, very old song. So here's a little bit of Deck the Hall. Deck the hall with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Fill the mead cup, drain the barrel, fa la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la. Oh, and P.S. What's the whole business with trolling? Troll the ancient Yuletide carol, that's a word that we don't use in modern English anymore. But at the time, to troll a song is simply to sing it in a full rolling voice. So just really sing it out like you're in a celebration. So sing Christmas carols at the top of your lungs. Has nothing to do with trolls. Thank you for listening, and may God bless us, everyone.